Let's look at another very interesting, I would say, theory which I made is, literacy versus education. Now, what does have being literate mean? Being literate means being instructed, having knowledge of letters, minded letters literate, and it was from early 15th century. It is from the Latin word which means literatus, and which means learned, someone who knows letters. Now, therefore, being literate is being able to read and write. How much you are reading or writing is how very literate you are. But being educated is something else. Being educated, this also comes from a Latin word which means educo, which means to bring up, to rise, to nourish. So a literate person might not be able to bring up, to rise, to nourish another living being, but education actually makes your soul nourish and helps you nourish the people around you. As a case in point and an example, a beautiful example is like our dadis and nanis or grandmas used to say whenever we used to get wounded to apply turmeric on our wounds. They were not literate, they did not study the medical education, therefore they were not literate in medicine, but they were educated in the way of life, and they knew that if you apply turmeric, it is an antibiotic, it's an antiseptic, the wounds will heal faster. So therefore, an educated person may not necessarily be literate, and vice versa is also true. Now, because I am an MBA student, I have been an MBA student, work in corporate life, we are very accustomed to making our own models. So I have also developed one interesting thing. Let's see if we take on the y-axis the literacy, percentage of literacy or the amount of literacy. So on the positive y-axis there is a literate, and the negative axis there is this illiteracy or an illiterate person. Now similarly on the x-axis, if we take education, so on the negative x-axis we have uneducated person, and we have on the positive x-axis we have an educated person. Now, therefore, the people who are literate and are well educated, and they are well educated about life, minded, being educated is about knowing about life, knowing about your soul, connecting with the world, knowing about having a vision, nourishing yourself, being able to nourish others in your life, rising from your current state, helping others to rise. This is not the meaning of education. So if a person is literate and also educated, they are known as seekers, they are known as gurus, and they are preachers, and they impart knowledge to us, like our professors or gurus. Then there are second type of people, and they are our elderlies. They might be illiterate or not so illiterate, and but they are educated about the way of life. As I told you, as an example of our grandmas, these are our elderly people. They guide us. They are mentors in life. Whenever we are faltering in life, we go and we just take guidance from them, and they have some wise advice to tell us. These are the second type of people. The third type of people are the terrorists, jihadis, and fanatics. They are illiterate or might not be so much literate. Their level of literacy or education level might be low, and they are highly uneducated. They do not know about the meaning of life. What does it mean to kill or to nourish? What does it mean to have a right along with the right kind of responsibility? They are not literate and they are not educated, and so therefore they are very highly amenable to flowery words, and they go to the wrong direction. They become terrorists and jihadis and fanatics, which we have seen in Pahalgam. And there's a fourth kind which is more dangerous than these terrorists and fanatics, and which is a person who is literate but does not know about the way of life, about connecting with the universe, about what is the meaning of soul, what is the meaning of this life, how to nourish a life, and they become, because they're literate, they create a web of words, and they lure these potential terrorists and jihadis into doing their dirty jobs. And this kind of people are very dangerous. This is the ISI of the world. This is the leaders of Pakistan. This is the leaders of Lashkar of Toiba. They might be literate and uneducated, and these might be the leaders of any terrorist organization. They are very dangerous.